Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Top 6 Saturday. I'm your host, Dr. Fish King 9, and in this week we're going to be doing Top 6 Video Games of 2013. Now, this Top 6 is 100% opinionated, just like every other Top 6 I do, and this Top 6 is basically just my list of games that I've played or I've seen any form of content that I have come to enjoy from 2013. Now, this codes everything from January 1st to December 20th. Alright? That's basically it. January 1st to December 20th. Because there's nothing after this, after December 20th. Even before December 20th, really. All of December, I have no real interest in for games that have coming out, so. Because, except for maybe one, but that game's already been out for a few years now. And if you followed what I think you follow, if you follow gaming networks or anything like that, then you know what game's coming out this week and or just recently came out when this gets uploaded. But still, this is my top 6. If you don't agree with it, and if you think one game is better than, let's say I put Madden 25 as like number 3. Let's say I put Madden 25 on the list, and you say, and you don't agree with that. If you don't agree with my list, feel free to post your own list. Like, say you agree with all 5 of the 6, and you just don't agree with one. Like, you say Call of Duty Ghosts is better than Madden 25. Then feel free to post your own top 6 down below. You don't need to worry about it's all 100% opinionated. So feel free to post your own down below if you don't agree with mine. So we're gonna move things along, and even if you like the same 6 games, if you think, say, Madden 25 doesn't belong at spot 4, it belongs at spot 2, then post your own. Put Madden 25 at 2, and put whatever was at 2 where you think it belongs. So this is all opinionated. This is all my opinions. You have your own opinions in the comments. Leave your own opinions, where you think where yours would go down below. So we'll start things off with that absurdly long intro compared to my original take. Sorry, but yeah, I had a cut take earlier because I had to take care of some stuff and got interrupted. And with the way I record this kind of stuff, I can't really pause it and pick back up right after and really make that edit in between, because if I did, the video would be like over a half hour and it'd take up all of the space on this thing. So we'll start things off with number 6, and at number 6 we have NBA 2K14. Now, I've always loved sports games. I've always loved playing sports, despite me being the size of the nerd, as big of a nerd I am. I've always enjoyed sports. I've always enjoyed watching football, playing football with my friends, playing basketball on a team for like the town rec league, for playing this playing the basketball games on the video games, and watching NASCAR, watching basketball, watching football. I used to love playing baseball when I was younger. Never enjoyed soccer. Golf's alright. Never enjoyed soccer. Never really enjoyed hockey. But basketball, I've always loved playing the basketball games. I have NBA Live 2001 for the PlayStation 1. I love that game. It's easily one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. And, so, that holds number 6, and I haven't really gotten my hands on the game. I would have had my hands on the game by now, but there was another game that I had my sights on, and gotten over that game, so, that game counteracted the, NBA 2K14, and trust me, that game was all worth it. You'll most likely, I'm 100% sure you'll see this game higher up on the list later on. So, actually what I realized, only 2 of these games on the top 6 list I've actually played, because I've only played really 2-3 games that came out this year. But, I definitely haven't really seen much of this game. I'm assuming, from what I've seen from 2K13, from what I've played of 2K13 and 2K12, it's right around the same. They might have changed a few controls up, like free throws or whatever, because they always seem to change the free throw setup of it. But other than that, you really can't change much aside from the graphical input of the games. and maybe the load times, but that's about it. They might have changed some things. Like I know they added the Jordan, the LeBron time or LeBron thing, which I really don't personally care. I don't really care that much because I'm not that big of I don't really like LeBron James. But Jesus Christ, I'm up. Jeebus Christmas, I'm up to 5 minutes already. Jeez. So we're gonna move things along to number 5, so I don't take 20 minutes for this just simple top 6 that should only take me a couple minutes. So number 5 is Batman Arkham Origins. I love Batman Arkham Asylum. I love Batman Arkham City. I haven't been able to pick up Origins yet, mostly because of another game that will show up later and money issues. I haven't really. When it comes to buying games, I have to pay for it with the money I get. Luckily for me, all the games come out right around when I get money. But when I get the money, it's only enough for like one game or two. And plus all the money that I got, 99 and 90%, about 80% of the money I got this year, aside from going to 2 games, the only 2 games I bought this year, that came out this year, went to that laptop way back there if you can see it. That laptop that I bought for myself because I needed a new computer and but yeah, all the money that went towards any games was just because I was lucky enough to have that kind of money at that time. Basically that's about it with that. But Arkham Asylum and Arkham City I love to death. I got those games a couple Christmases ago and I loved it. I loved those games to death. They were so much fun playing through them multiple times with the different pathways and upgrades to get and stuff. It was really fun, personally. So, it felt like a Batman game. It felt like how Batman is in the movies. So, it felt like how Batman is in like the Arkham game, or not Arkham games, but the Dark Knight movies, where it's like he's Batman and it's just, you actually feel like you're Batman in those games. And from what I've seen, Arkham Origins, I've seen more of Arkham Origins than I have of 2K14, and I love Batman a little bit more than basketball, so Batman takes number 5. I love to pick up both those games. Taking spot at number 4 is a game I actually have played. It's a game I have played, and it's Sonic Lost World. Now I know what you're thinking. My review of it, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Now that's fairly high. That's around 70%. That's fairly high. That's almost 3/4 of a perfect score. That's 7/10 of a perfect score. So that's fairly good. But it's not as good as I'd give, say, Generations or Colors. Generations I give a 9.5, mostly because of the Lightspeed Dash being wonky. Because I'm so glad they didn't have the Lightspeed Dash in both Colors or Lost World to an extent, because you can only get it through the Hover Wisp. But I digress. And then Color, and then the Supersonic is just not very good in Generations. And then Colors was just, I'd give that an 8.5 to 9. Loved those games. But Lost World, it was a great game. I enjoyed it. Going back to it to listen to the music, rewatch some old cutscenes by having to play through it again, which I hate. I absolutely hate that. It was okay. It was not as much fun as my original playthroughs of it, my original go-throughs of the game, but it's not a game I really would like to pick back up again anytime soon, unlike Generations or Rush. I'd love to pick those games up again and play them to death. But still, we're gonna move things along to but Lost World was definitely fun. It takes 4 instead of 5 or 6, which if I had played NBA 2K14 or Origins, those would be like 4 and 5, and Lost World would probably be number 6. But I've actually played it compared to those two, so I'd have to put that in a bit higher prestige because I've actually played it compared to just what I've seen of the games. So we're gonna move things along to number 3 now. And number 3 is another game I haven't played, but I've seen more about that game than any other game on this list, including games I've actually played. Including games that I've played, like Lost World or the other game that'll come up on this list. But the game is Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. I love Pokemon to death. Pokemon is one of my favorite game series out there. The competitive the main story of the game is usually pretty fun. creating your own teams and everything, making your team from the new Pokemon in that generation, in that region. It's so much fun. I love it. I love being able to do that. And then the competitive battling is just so crazy. The way how intense it gets. It's like with your EV training and your IV training, getting the perfect IVs and the perfect ability and the hidden ability or perfect ability with the perfect item and the perfect moveset for that perfect Pokemon. It's crazy how much thought process goes into that kind of stuff, and I love the competitive scene. Plus the stuff X and Y added to the game from Black and White 2, which added so much to the series. With the whole full 3D battles, it's 3D Pokemon. If you heard that, I believe that was a plane. That was either a plane or a chair, or someone in a chair rolling across the floor. I believe that was a plane, though. So, basically, but Pokemon has always been fun, and I would love to pick one of those games up eventually. I should be getting a 3DS as soon as after Christmas, beginning of 2014. So I should be able to be getting, so I should hopefully be getting a copy of X and Y soon. Now, moving on to number 2 is Super Mario 3D World. Super Mario 3D World is amazing. I've seen a lot about that game. What the hell's going on upstairs? Well, whatever. Who cares? But moving on. Super Mario 3D World is a great multiplayer game. It's so much fun. It's one of the best 3D Mario games in a long time. One person I know on YouTube, PK Sparks Hotness. His favorite 3D Mario game up to about a couple months ago was Super Mario 64. In some recent tweets after he finished his walkthrough of it, his favorite 3D Mario game is Super Mario 3D World. From what I've heard, that game's so much fun. I would love to pick that game up, play that game with my brother and my cousin, the three of us. We do a lot of co-op. We play a lot of co-op games together. We play a lot of competitive games too. We play a lot of party games mostly. We're currently still playing. We've invested probably around close to 10 hours or so in the Dokapon Kingdom story mode, the three of us together, and it's crazy the amount of content in that. So, we love playing games like that together. It's just so much fun. We're currently even doing a Pokemon Black and White race in a Pokemon Black and White race, the three of us and everything. So, but it's fun, like the competitive side how competitive we get with each other. Just being family, like we're family. We get that we're family, but it's just the games bring out our, I guess you could say, fun side. But we're gonna move on to number 1, and this is the only other game besides Lost World I've actually played from 2013. And that game would have to be I almost said Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. No, that would have taken, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for me liking sports games so much, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon would have taken number 6 over NBA. But I'm gonna have to speak up a little bit because something just kicked on. The heater kicked on, so I'm gonna have to speak up a little bit. So basically, what it is, what number 1 is, I guess you could say it's pretty obvious because of how how well received that game was. I got it. Lost World's the only game I got at launch. I'm gonna come right out of that. Lost World was the only game I got that at launch. I got Grand Theft Auto 5 a couple weeks, like 2 weeks after though. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out a couple weeks afterwards. I got it 2 weeks afterwards. So, but what I've played, I haven't beaten it yet because I can't play a sandbox game for a long period of time without getting bored. I can't play games like Minecraft. I can play them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Grand Theft Auto. I love Minecraft. I love playing those games. But I can't play games like that for a long time without just getting bored and shutting it off and playing something different. Now, one of my friends at school, who I'm not going to name his name because I don't know if he would mind if I said his name or not, so I'm just not going to say it. He beat Grand Theft Auto 5 story mode in a day. He beat it within a day. He got it on launch day. He skipped that day of school to get it on launch day, and then he came to school the next day, and he said he'd already beaten it. He said he beat the game and everything. He showed us on his phone. He recorded the footage of him beating the story, the final mission in story mode. With all three characters, beating the story mode, everything. And he's got it for I got mine for PS3 because I don't have an Xbox 360. He got his for PS3 as well. But then when I got about a month or two ago, he got Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox 360 as well. And he beat it again in a day. This one person I hold super near to my heart. We were talking the other day and everything. How I was talking about how she made her older cousin, who's like in his 20s, cry or something like that, and she said because he hadn't beaten the story yet, or what, he hadn't beaten the story to Grand Theft Auto 5 yet, and she beat it within like a day or so. And I just find that funny. It's like kind of stuff like I hear from people, like say it's like, oh, they've beaten this game, like they've already beaten this game. It's like, how have you already beaten that game? I can't play that game for a while. But it's just crazy how attached some people can get to some games. Like, I beat Lost World within a couple days. Like, don't get me wrong, I beat Lost World within like a day or two. I had 100%ed everything, beaten the DLC, gotten all the red rings, everything. Within the first couple days, within like 2 or 3 days of the game being out. Now I can understand like why some people can beat Grand Theft Auto within a day or two. And I can understand why people can beat a Mario game in about a day or two. It all depends on your playstyle, like your preferences. Now, that was my top 6. NBA 2K14 / Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Mostly because I like sports games so much, I have to put NBA. Batman Arkham Origins, Sonic Lost World, Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, Super Mario 3D World, and Grand Theft Auto 5. Those games are my top 6 / honorable mention. What is your top 6? Let me know down in the comments below, or wherever the comments are nowadays. Because I remember before comments used to be somewhere else actually. They used to give like 5-star ratings instead of just liking it or whatever. But and big like 5-star reviews or whatever. But go ahead and vote down in the comments below put down your top 6 in the comments below, and also put down in the comments below, or not comments below, but this is the last top 6 I do for a while, or not really for a while, but this is going up this week, and then you guys will have a 2-week period. I'll put when I put the top 6 up for this, when I put this top 6 up this weekend, I'll also be putting up, this will actually be going up on Friday instead of Saturday, because I won't be home on Saturday to upload this. So on that Friday, when I get home from school that day, I'm going to be uploading this, and and a big top 6 update referring to a few. You'll get about 2 to 3 weeks. You'll get about 2 or so weeks to vote on your the order I should do those in, and then I'll record those all in one big session, like a big bulk. I'll record all of them at once, get those out of the way, and I'll have those up for you ready for that'll cover all the way through January, beginning of February. So this will be the last one for a couple. Don't expect anything for a couple weeks, because I will be gone. If you manage to stick through all the way to the ending of this video, congratulations to you. But yeah, I won't be able to respond to any comments, anything. I also want to thank you all. I won't be home for New Year's. I'm just going to put that out right there. I'm not going to be home for the New Year's. I'll be gone. I'll be back a day or two after New Year's Day. So, I'll be gone New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I'll be back January 2nd. Expect January 2nd for me to be able to respond back to you guys. But this is just a quick thing saying thank you guys for actually a very good year for me, for everyone on this channel, we didn't really have much hate going. We had that big chain hate going on last year from an anonymous person in 2012. And 2013 was a much better year. I wasn't really able to pull up as much content as I wanted to, mostly because I was busy or lazy or had no access to computer stuff, to software,
work on anything. I was able to keep you guys fairly updated with what was going on though. So that was a good thing, I guess. So 2014, I'm hoping for a lot more content to be up for you guys, but I really can't say I will be able to, mostly because this isn't really a job for me, because I don't make money off of this. I just do this for the fun of it, and I get the videos out when I can get the videos out. So if some of you guys are like, if you guys really like this content, I'm trying to get it out as much as I can, but sometimes other stuff gets in the way, and this is just mostly a hobby that I do. It's not really a big thing in my life. It's not the biggest thing in my life right now, but aside from homework, right now I'm working on, because I took a break to do this real quick. But aside from homework, I will be working back on that. I'm currently working around 8 to 11, around 8ish, around 8 o'clock at night to around 11:30 at night, working on the video, working on the next scene. I'm working on scene 13 or so. There's a lot of stuff going into that right now, so I hope you all enjoyed this year of 2013. I hope to see you all next year in 2014. I believe 36 or 37 of you. We've jumped up a lot from last year. Last year we were beginning of 2013 we were around probably 13, 15, we were probably around 15, 16. I believe we're up to around 30. We're up to around 35 to 37 now, which is great. I'm really glad that we've more than doubled this from last year to this year. I'm really glad we were able to do that, double from like 15 or so to 35. And I hope for another great year I hope for a more content-filled year than last year. But I still hope for another great year like this year. And I hope to see you all there. I hope to see you all there for the ride. And if you are new to the channel, if this is the first video you've ever watched from my channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Any content that you enjoy from this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Comment down below if you've got anything to say, like any helpful criticism on what I should do, anything like that. You're on top 6 in this video, and that's about it. I'm Dr. Fish King 9, and that was a big rant, I guess update that I should have done in my own in its own video. But who cares? It's almost Christmas, so you know what? Who cares? I can let it slide. I'll see you guys then. I'll see you guys in 2014. I've been Dr. Fish King 9, and I hope to see you all there. Goodbye.